Mhm.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining Heart for Gold, featuring our Olympian teammates here. I have history and connections with all three other athletes on this call, so dear to me. And it's been such an incredible connecting and journey, just each one of them having their own story with our Olympian journey and now to Shackley and entrepreneurship. So first I will introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amanda Polk Soboleski. I am a 2016 Olympic gold medalist, but 2016 was not my first rodeo. I actually met Miss Mary Whipple and Miss Jennifer Floyd on my, let's say, 15-year journey to get to that spot. And at that spot, I actually was introduced to Shackley. And at the time I was going to continue to train in hopes to go to Tokyo, but then I got married. Then I had children, and now I have 3 kids, 5, 4, and just under 2. And it is a very busy household in my household. So I have definitely relied and loved a lot of the Shackley products that have helped me with my energy, with so many of my own personal testimonies of losing my baby weight, of feeling like an athlete again, of keeping up my energy and my immunity with 3 little ones running around that are germ full. But it has been such an amazing 7 years. And I finally got to the point where I decided, hey, this is too good to keep to myself. What if I can help others? What if I can share and make a difference in other people's lives? So without further ado, I want to introduce my first teammate, Mary Whipple. Do I need to brag on you, Mary? Should I give a little background, or can you brag on yourself?
You can do it.
Oh, yes. Okay. So Mary Whipple is a very unique position. She is a coxswain in the women's 8, which is the person that I'm going to say amateur style here, that yells at us a lot. Okay. She is just constantly yelling at us. And I'm like, why? No, so she is absolutely incredible. Such a great teammate, such a motivator. She was in the 2008, 2012. Nope. And then 2004, right, Mary? I forgot the 4. See, I just got you from the 2008 and forward. But yes, so Mary and I, we met in the 2008 to 2012 Olympic cycle. And she has just been such an awesome, continuing to be an awesome motivator with her entrepreneurship as well. So Mary, can you share with us your little background and intro also?
Yes. So after being a 3-time Olympian with a silver and 2 golds, after I retired, I started my own company called The Ninth Seat, where I give clinics and summer camp opportunities to coxswains of the high school age level when my clinics are opened up to everybody. So I'm still in the coaching business for the coxswain role specifically, and I'm out here in near Seattle, about 2.5 hours east of Seattle, just up over the mountains. And my husband owns a backcountry ski business with Cascade Powder Guides, hence why I was on a snowmobile coming home from a weekend up at the yurt and going backcountry skiing, which was awesome. He gave a little family weekend. So he actually got us in the cat, it's kind of like the baker's family doesn't ever have any fresh bread. Sometimes I'm like, I want to go cat skiing. So this was his last weekend of operation. But as an entrepreneur, things get crazy and hectic day to day. But I've been with Shackley since the 2012 Olympics and the year before that. And it was awesome. Like my first opportunity with the Shackley products was my teammate Karen Davies in the locker room. We were about to go on a run, and of course I was hungry. I was running to practice, and she shared with me a little energy chew. And I thought, interesting, this is yummy. And then the next day, I think I needed sunscreen or something. We're all like lathering up, and she shared with me some of the sunscreen. I was like, oh, this company is multifaceted and it's good stuff. So she got all of our teammates, connected and hooked on it. And then once retiring, The Pure Performance team has been amazing connections, and it's been fun to actually Shackley-ize my home. And I've come to live and really love these products. So much so that Jen Kaido will now, what is your married name?
Floyd. Floyd now.
Like, I can't, there's so many people on here. So her maiden
Everybody
name is
still calls me
Kaido.
Kaido.
Especially, you know, being on a sports team, we call each other by our last names a lot. So when we were talking to Jen, she has a lot of good and exciting opportunities coming up in her life. And she thought, I think Shackley can really align with my lifestyle and my business. And so we started to share the Pure Performance line, and we started to share some of the shakes with her, and now she and her family are coming to love it. And Jen, you are a force to reckon. She made the quad in 2008. So she is an Olympian, and she is super strong. But what I love about Jen is that she's family oriented, and she's an entrepreneur as well. So Jen, without further ado, please take over and fill in the gaps that I have left for your intro.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mary. So I'm super excited to be partnered with Mary and Amanda. They are wonderful women. Met Amanda in 2009, I believe, that when I came back after the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. And then I knew Mary when I started training. I started training in 2004 in Princeton, so met Mary then. So I was in a boat that did not require a coxswain, that, we steered ourselves, but Mary was always there with the whole team, always working out with us. So it was awesome. She was still, we were all teammates. But I am very new to Shackley, and I've only been using it since January. So really just 3 months. So I don't have as much experience with all of the products, although everything I've used, I've really enjoyed. So I have really relied on Mary and Amanda to kind of give me advice, or just, educate me on all of the Shackley products. So I am super, super excited to talk to and introduce Colton Brown. So I'm officially, I guess, virtually meeting Colton Brown, and learn about his experience with Shackley. Colton, I have to admit, I know nothing about judo, so I'm really interested in learning about, I guess, what judo is, how you got started, your Olympic journey, and how Shackley came into that whole process and that Olympic journey. Because I know when I was training, we would get tested. We would get tested by USADA, United States Anti-Doping Agency, and I was always super nervous about anything. If I was taking vitamins or minerals, just because they're not regulated. So I was always really nervous about taking any kind of supplement. So, and I know you were using, I believe from what I was told, you were using Shackley when you were training. So I'm just really interested in learning all about that. If you want to take it away, Colton, and your Olympics experience.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm amongst really good company, so it's nice officially virtually meeting you. And for me, judo is one of those sports where when I was growing up and I did judo, everybody's like, "What is that, karate? Like, you do karate, blah blah blah." But it's very close to wrestling, so it's a grappling sport. And I'm a two-time Olympian. I went to the Olympics in 2016 and 2020. I actually began using Shackley in 2019. So I got introduced to Shackley in 2019. And like you said, I was getting drug tested a lot, but the even bigger part about that was I was also cutting weight. So it was very important. I monitored what I put into my body, and I couldn't gain a bunch of weight. So I needed an adequate amount of protein. I needed to make sure that my recovery was super good, but I also had to make sure that I wasn't putting on any weight with the products, and I wasn't going to test positive for any performance enhancing drugs. So Shackley actually took my recovery to a different level. And I actually, attribute that for one of the main reasons why I did so well at the 2021 Olympics. And then why I still use Shackley to this day, because again, it's not just for athletes. So, now I own a business, and I have a bunch of people that, are underneath me doing judo, from kids, teens to adults. And yeah, I don't have as much time. I'm not training as much anymore, but I still have to make sure that I'm getting the proper nutrition as well as proper recovery. So Shackley continues to play a major role in my journey.
Okay. And I know you said you're a gym owner. So I actually officially 2 weeks ago have become a gym owner myself. So I am going to be,
Congrats.
yes, I am going to be opening up a gym. The goal is September. And it's boot camp classes. So it's Fit Body Boot Camp. They're 30-minute boot camp classes. So I'm really interested because I know once I start this gym, I'm married, I have a son, I am busy, I work, and, so I'm trying to stay hydrated and, just eat healthy. But I know once I start this gym, it's going to be, I'll be coaching or helping to coach classes in the morning, coaching classes in the evening, taking care of stuff in the middle of the day. So, how do you stay fueled throughout the whole day of, operating a gym and a business and trying to be healthy and, and all that stuff?
As you will come to find out in a few months, it is very difficult to do so. But like I said, Shackley makes it easy for me. So I don't have time to cook throughout the day. And sometimes I forget to meal prep and things of that nature. So, I currently take the Shackley meal replacement bars a lot. I do Life Shake. And these are just easy things, and I can, I add whatever I want to it, but these are very easy ways and they're quick ways that I can make sure that I'm getting the proper nutrients in my body and I'm not taking a huge chunk out of my day, 45 minutes to go make lunch or 45 minutes to go buy lunch. So it's cost efficient and I'm making sure that I'm getting everything in my body. So those are the two biggest things. I think the three biggest things are the meal replacement bars. I also take the snack bars as well after I'm finished working out or something like that. And the Life Shake is huge for me on the go. So those are like my three go-tos when I have really busy days back to back to back, because like I said, that can all be done in 30 seconds to a minute. And it makes me feel good. So I don't feel overly full. When I'm running these classes, it's really important that my energy is up. So number one, I can't be too depleted. And number two, I can't be too full. So I have to make sure, I'm able to move. And these things, when I'm taking them, I feel really good. My energy levels are really high. And like I said, I'm not hungry whatsoever. So it does the job.
Okay. Now, see, do you ever take any of the energy boost? I think it's the energy boost or I'm still learning all of the products. I know they have like little energy packets that you can take. Amanda may know.
Like the energy chews?
Yeah, but I thought there was also like a powder, some kind of energy powder that you could take. I just like, I don't normally, maybe
the
that's
low calorie Hydrate. I know there's
you take
Hydrate burns, right? Yeah. If you could highlight some of that, that would be awesome. Yeah, that's like super helpful.
Okay.
Well, then there's also, like Dean, thank you. He said it's the sustained energy boost.
So
it
yes.
comes in the grapefruit pack. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I think those are for coffee for me versus energy for working out.
Yeah, I haven't used those yet, but I'm wondering if Colton, if you've used any of that, the energy boost or anything like that, like to kind of help you get through the day, at your gym.
I haven't used the energy boost, but I do use Hydrate. And that's another huge thing as well, because I don't have, as much as I bring my gallon of water to work every day. Sometimes it's tough to get through that whole gallon when you got 1,000 things going on. And a Hydrate is just something, it makes sure I'm always very hydrated. It's easy to do and it doesn't take much time. It's a matter of just putting the powder in water. And I actually rather drink Hydrate than straight water these days, just because of all the other nutrients that I'm getting as well. And I don't know if that's supposed to, but it keeps my energy high too. So Hydrate does both of those jobs for me.
Okay. Now, did you ever use the whey protein? So the whey protein and the Life Shake. So like when I hear whey protein, I think, oh, that's for, these, guys in the gym who are trying to build muscle or, the professional athletes. And I'm just like, I don't need that. I think the Life Shake is good for me right now. But I'm also like any job I've had, it's been an active job. So I'm always moving, lifting stuff, trying to keep myself, feeling full all day. So I just wonder if you've experienced the whey protein and the life shake, if you have any information on like either one, if one is better than the other. I tend to use my life shake as like a meal replacement. But yeah, I'm just kind of a little leery on using that whey protein because I'm like, I don't need that. I'm not a professional athlete anymore.
No, yeah. And that's, and honestly, I was taking the whey protein when I was competing because I was burning a lot more calories. And I was like, well, let me, put this back in. But I take both. So I take the whey protein as well as a life shake. And just like you do, I use a life shake as a meal replacement as well. And it does what it needs to do. So right now I'm not looking for anything. So the life shake worked perfectly for me. The whey protein is great as well, but I've just gotten so accustomed to taking the life shake now, just because it's very easy for me and it gives me everything I need. And again, I'm not hungry. And, even when I'm lifting, so I lift 4 or 5 days a week still, and I take the life shake after I lift, and sometimes I take the whey protein. It just depends on my lift. It depends on what I was doing that day, but they both work really well. And I wake up the next morning and I feel really good. I don't feel super sore. And so like I said, they both work well. It's just how hard my workout was versus what I'm doing throughout the day. But I take both and I stand by both. I think they're both really amazing.
Gotcha. Do you have any young athletes at your gym that may use Shackley, or that you would recommend, if you do, what would you recommend to them? I have a son, he's 8 and he's getting into sports. I don't think he needs anything right now, but I know in the future, I think some of this could be beneficial for him.
Absolutely. Yeah. I train, I'm one of the national team coaches. So I'm specifically work with the juniors. So we're the junior national team, and a lot of them train at my place. So the biggest thing with them is the weight. So they can't put on a bunch of weight, but they also have to recover. So, one of the things that I stood by when I was competing, and I have, I'm trying to get through to them, is PM recovery. So the PM recovery is really, really good. You take it right before bed. And like I said, I think it's a combination of all the things that I've taken from Shackley, but my recovery has gotten my recovery has been great since I've taken it. And I don't know, I can't put a finger on it's definitely this or it's definitely that. I think it's just a combination of everything. But yes, the PM recovery is really good. And again, a lot of these young athletes forget to eat. So throughout the day, I don't know, they have 1,000 other things. They think they have 1,000 other things going on, but they're really just on their phone for a lot of the time. And whatever the case may be, they forget to eat. So I have the meal replacement bars are actually really good for them too. So I recommend the real meal replacement bars, PM recovery, and I'm always, it doesn't matter what question you ask, I'm probably always going to recommend Life Shake just because it's one of my favorite things. So
gotcha.
Can I ask a quick question? So for a student athlete who wants to gain lean mass and a lot of it, especially if he's a bit underweight for crew, among the products that you've been discussing, what would be an ideal solution? Because I know that there are GNC sells things like serious mass gainers and things like that. Does Shackley have a corresponding or a comparable product on offer? Or is it a combination of like the life shakes and you just have to consume more of it, or what would you kind of recommend?
Hey, thanks so much for the question, Peter. I'm going to hop in here and just kind of help with this because I have a lot of experience with the whey protein. And I would recommend, and my husband is a sports performance consultant as well. So he has a perfect recipe for recovery plus gaining muscle mass versus, if you are having those goals of wanting more muscle, it's simply just adding more grams of protein on a simple scale. And the best recipe that we've had and we still use to our advantage here is actually 2 scoops of, there's a Build Whey Protein, and that's 100% grass-fed whey protein plus 1 scoop of the Build Plus, which is an advanced physique and bio build, which has a little bit more carbohydrates and some vitamins in there to help with that recovery. And especially for a rower, we need those carbohydrates. So 2 scoops of the whey, just the Build, and then the Build Plus, 1 scoop of that. And it's an excellent combination. It's light on the stomach. The whey is easily digestible, but it does exactly what you'd want. So what I would recommend for your athlete is actually maybe do 3 scoops of the whey plus the scoop of the Build Plus. So just increasing that protein on a simple scale will help with that muscle gain. And you always kind of want to have like the one, your goal is to have 1 gram of protein for every pound that your athlete will want to be at. Does that make sense? So your goal weight, say it's 150, you're going to want to try to consume 150 grams of protein during the day at some point to get to that level. So it is a little bit of just tracking your protein intake, and then with the recovery shake and with these other sources of protein, it is very hard sometimes, especially rowers, to get the protein they need from whole foods only. And that's where I excuse the pun, but weighed heavily, if you will, on these proteins. Does that help answer your question?
Oh, no, that's terrific. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for the question. Colton, did you want to add in anything on that? Or Jen, would you like to have any other questions?
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, I stand by that. The Build was really, really good for me. There was periods of time when, I wasn't cutting weight and I was trying to build muscle. And so we would do, hypertrophy in the weight room. And then I was taking that. And again, not only does it help me build muscle, but it did again help with recovery. So I was able to actually work harder in the weight room and on the mats throughout the week because I was able to recover so fast. A lot of things, if you some of these proteins that you're going to take, if you're taking protein and it's not really aiding with the recovery, it doesn't matter how many grams of protein you're getting. If you can't put in the work that you need to put in your sport or what you're trying to do, it's not really going to mean a whole lot. So the Build and the whey protein were actually staples in my career as well.
Okay, great. Can I just ask one follow-up question? So for these type of shakes, or especially the liquid supplements, is that something while you were training that you took while you were training? So for example, if you're weightlifting, instead of drinking water, would you have a protein shake prepared and consume that instead of consuming water while training?
So I'll just kind of hop in for that. So while you're training, I would suggest more of an electrolyte based drink, just because that helps with the electrolytes replenishing the sweat that you're releasing. And with all of that work, sorry about that. And then also, but the recovery portion of that is putting that work in, replenishing and keeping that endurance going, using the Hydrate, so using an electrolyte, and then also following up. So having that protein shake within 30 minutes, this is very important, 30 minutes post-workout, so that you replenish what you just did, build the lean muscle, and then you're able to continue your day. Is that helpful, Peter?
Yes, again, thank you. That's really helpful.
My pleasure. Thank you for the questions. These are really great questions. Colton, did you want to add in on that? I'm not trying to step on your toes.
No,
I'm sorry, I'm excited over here.
You're good. I love that. No, I agree 100% with that. I was taking Hydrate during my workout. So I would do Hydrate during the workout, and then afterwards I would take protein. So yep, I second that.
Nice. Does anybody else have any questions? All right, I think, okay. All right, well, I just wanted to, I'm going to turn it over to my teammate, Mary. She's got some awesome stuff to talk about. Thank you, Colton, for all of the information. It's been awesome and nice to virtually meet you. But I'm going to turn it over to Mary.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I have, let me just share my screen because now we have visuals. We have visuals of what we were talking about. And regardless or how you have your Zoom screen here is this is our cool little logo, Heart for Gold. But what we have been talking about for the Pure Performance line is specifically like, the Build and the Build Plus that we just discussed. That is what you would take after your workout in that 30-minute window. And it's super cool. Like, the shaker bottles, like just put it in a bottle, like just put your scoops in, and then either whatever liquid of choice, either water, coconut water, or, milk, whatever type of liquid you want to add into your powder, then you can just shake it. And then on your drive home, or if your athlete is waiting for carpool or something, they are now already putting in all that, like really good, healthy replacement. But this is the package that, if you want to sample all of it. And I loved what Colton said about, he doesn't know what that one thing is, but the combination. And that's what I think we love about Shaklee is that nothing is bad. Like the Energize Chews pre-workout, hydrate during your workout, and then post-workout, you have your Build Plus. But then if you're thinking about, I don't want that whey right now, I want all of the essential vitamins and everything within my Life Shake. These are, and also maybe if you want a different flavor than vanilla and chocolate, then the Life Shake is more kind of like your jam. And for me, I use both of these lines, but we just wanted to put like visuals together of, okay, if I want to jump into this Shaklee thing, because you guys are here, you're curious about what we take, but like while we were athletes, and now that we're now in, the regular population, and we're just trying to survive day-to-day toddlerhood, running gyms, being entrepreneurs, how are we going to actually put the nutrients in our body to survive the next day? I mean, this is all of the good stuff that we choose now that we're not, at the Olympic podium and competing. But man, day-to-day life, everybody is an Olympian. I say everybody has Olympic qualities, because the day-to-day grind, that's what I think separates Olympians from everyday people, is how we lean into the daily and grind and show up. And if you're showing up for your athletes, you're showing up for your children every single day. Tell me about this. If you are a parent on this call, children are relentless. So these are, if you want to jump into Shaklee, be our teammates. We want you on our team. And if you choose these products and you put them into your little cart, then you get all of Shaklee's membership like capabilities and choices. What I really like is this slide is that little green box called Me Plus. It's Meology. Once we reach out to you guys at the end of this call or tomorrow, you can take your own personal assessment. So versus like clear out all of your medicine cabinet, you can just have one little packet of personalized daily regimen that will keep you healthy and ready for the next day, especially with all these lovely toddler diseases that come into my household. I really go into Meology, and my 5-year-old takes his kid Meology pack, which is amazing. And you can take all the way up, the kid version, you can take all the way up to your 18. And well, spoiler, you could take it any age, because my husband dips into my toddler's kid Meology. Because he's, in denial about taking vitamins. And I'm like, come on, babe. But he does. So this is the Meology pack, the Ready, Set, Wellness option. This is amazing. If you just click, hey, I want Ready, Set, Wellness, you get free membership, free shipping, everything is completed. And then you're part of our team and we can answer any questions you have. But with that said, this next slide, I think you guys will like. Who likes free product? We want to thank you. We want to thank you for showing up. We want to thank you for showing up, asking great questions, because you want to know like how to be the best version of yourself. So I have a little, as I stop sharing my screen, this is the product you can win by picking a number. This is our Hydrate low calorie electrolyte hydrate version. That there's a low calorie option, and then there's a no calorie one. But But this is cool. You can take it in their little packets. You could take it on the go, put it in your water bottle, and it's amazing. So the lucky winner is going to get that option. I believe it comes also in orange flavor and then lime flavor. But here's the thing. There's always a but, right? To something free. No, we want to welcome anybody new to Shaklee, because on this call, whether you know it or not, there is everybody from the very top of presidential master coordinators all the way to ambassadors and members as well. So if you are a new to Shaklee and you're thinking, maybe I want to join and make my life easy because I can be a member to Shaklee. When I log in, I have all these discounts, and then I get some loyalty points, and I get free shipping and everything. It's super easy. Every month I get a box. And I'm like, yes, I've got my detergent. I've got my Meology. I've got, my life shakes. So if you are curious about being a member, you can pick a number between 1 and 100. I'm picking a number right now between 1 and 100. And if you're new to Shaklee or you want to be new to Shaklee, put it in the chat, 1 to 100. And let me scroll over. Do you got some time thinking about a number between 1 and 100? And if somebody is brave enough to pick a number, then we can choose whoever's closest. Just kind of think about my history, 1 to 100. What number would I pick? There are some numbers coming in, which is and everyone can look through the strap. Yeah, we got one more minute, or not 1 more minute. I won't hold everybody for 1 more minute. But we got 10 more seconds. 1 through 100. And then, we've got another one. I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 3, 2. Everyone's thinking like, am I new to Shaklee? You are new to Shaklee if you don't have a login. Okay. Spoiler alert, my number was 9. Why? Because I am the 9th person in the 8. So if you scroll through, Amanda Campbell, you said 3. I would say that's closer than 52, 73, or 22. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. So congratulations, Amanda Campbell. We will reach out to you, maybe stay on the call, and then we can grab your details, or you can either email one of us or whoever you're connected with. Oh yeah, Polk is like, I got you. All right, so with that said, I would like to thank everybody for showing up. Thank you for being curious about what Shaklee is and how you can make it into your life hold about all like the inside out. Whatever you take in, whatever you put on your body, whatever you put into your household, it is safe, it is healthy, and it is a no-brainer for me because don't go to the grocery store, right? If you go in there, there's so many options. And this is just simplifies my crazy life. I can shop online. It shows up to my door and I love it. So without further ado, thank you, Colton, for joining us. I'd love to hear about how you are a national team coach for the junior national team in your own gym. That's like living the dream post being, a dream maker of being an Olympian. Amanda Polk, thank you for bringing everybody together. She is our leader. And Jen, welcome to the Shaklee family. I cannot wait to see your gym grow and how you can affect people's lives. So thank you. I will say thank you for all of us. You guys can click end meeting whenever you want. Maybe say a little hi bye in the chats as you guys click, but enjoy the rest of your day and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, bye. I'm going to be the last one on, just so I'm going to end recording while everyone says goodbye.
Oh, that's